Let's get in here. We can select Minmus as a target. And again, what this does is it gives us our time to our relative ascending and descending nodes with Minmus's orbit, which are the places where Minmus crosses Kerbin's equator. And then we're going to time warp to the first one here, which is the ascending node. And then we're going to launch 6 degrees towards the north. And that should put our parking orbit right underneath. Oh, Minmus 3 batteries are almost... I don't care. What is Minmus 3? I've forgotten what Minmus 3 is. It's back. I was worried it was this thing. All right. Okay. Slow this down. It looks like we're getting a sunset launch. So here we are. Here's Minmus's orbit, just to sort of show people what I mean, and see how we are launching right where Minmus's orbit crosses the equator. We'll launch to the north, and we'll end up right underneath. We'll launch right at. Our orbit will be in the same plane as Minmus's orbit. Is what I'm trying to get to. So, 6-degree inclination, AT. And go. Oh, we're getting... Okay, let's... We're off. Off the pad is a good thing. You know what I never did is I never changed the root part to the little thing in here. I should do that too. Or look at it from here because it's lit up better. There we go. It's not a bad... It's not a entirely dumb looking thing. I think it looks okay. Alright, so Minmus 3A, I think it was never renamed. Yeah, that's very likely. We can look here. Minmus 3. You guys know more about my probes than I do. Oh, it really doesn't matter, does it? Minmus Relays? Minmus Mappers? You know what? I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Let's concentrate on the station. Ah, got the mighty... I'm happy to have the mighty mainsail engines going, though. That is looking... I think it's looking pretty good. Alright, and... yeah, we should. When this tank runs dry, it will stage. And then it'll be just on this core one. And still got a little bit ways to go. Oh, the mainsails have just one ignition. Oh my gosh. John is the king of pointing out all of my errors. So is this going to end up failing on me? I hope not. I didn't get to that point. Yes, the mainsails all have but a single ignition. So this might not relight to do the final circularization. The engine might fail. It might not, but it might. So that is a design flaw on my part. I should upgrade this central engine. Okay, well, if it fails, it fails, and that is a ton of money down the drain, because this thing ain't cheap. But I do have a lot of money to spend. Where's my money? I'm almost at 5 million Kerb bucks. I gotta spend money more quickly. Okay, locking on to the prograde vector. Oh, no, right. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, Warren's right. We've designed this so the mainsail should... No, it's gonna be fine. You're right. This should stage, and then and you're right. I'm sorry. I was saying that this might, but this stage is going to be gone by the time we're in space. At least it should be in theory. So everything should be good. Oh my gosh, I fixed my own problems before I even knew there was a problem. Okay, we should be seeing this fairing go at 50K, right? There we go. That all went well. Oh, this is open. I think this was open the whole time. Shoot. Actually, while I'm here, let's close this. Oh, shoot. I should have... Let's open that again. Wait. Is everything okay? No, we have main engine cut off. This run out of... Where are we? Oh my gosh. Stage. Shoot. Sorry. I'm not sure why that didn't stage. The smart part failed. And we are... I'm taking control of it, though the program's still running. Control C. Abort the program. Okay. And the reason why I'm taking control is because we are falling. Shoot! Oh, dear. This might fail, but for entirely different reasons. We might have to relaunch this. Ah, this is going to use a lot of fuel. I don't know why I was fiddling around with what's going on here. Ah, now I'm losing control of it. Ah! Shoot, that lower stage ran dry but did not stage. We are crashing. I'm not bringing this back, am I? Oh, for goodness sakes. Okay, well, no, I'm not going to revert. Wow. Wow. That is not good. Why did that not... I wasn't paying... If I... shoot. Okay. We're going down. So just to explain what happened, let's close this. The central core stage ran out of fuel. And because I was fiddling around with this probe core in here, I didn't notice that. And it didn't stage for some reason. I don't know why it didn't stage. And by the time I realized it, we had already passed apoapsis and we're on our way down. So we are going to be polluting some oceans here. I tried to sort of rescue it, but it was past the point of no return. So wasted money. That's okay. We got money to burn. It's funny, with the Strategia mod, I don't have the same ability to turn money into science, which is what I would normally be doing at this stage of the game. Alright, goodbye. Yeah, we know. We know. Okay, we're going to not revert to launch. We're going to own that. We're going to go back to the Space Center. At least there were no... Well, I'm a lot less worried about this kind of stuff when there aren't Kerbals aboard. That's why my ships with Kerbals in them always have escape systems and things like that. So that if something like that happened, you can at least... But, you know, not every launch is a success. Launch failures happen in real life, too. Okay, so... What happened is... Oh, no. Was this tank here... Says when the resource of liquid fuel runs out, you're supposed to stage, but you did not, did you? You know what might have messed it up? I've noticed sometimes when fairings are in funny places that you have to stage twice. Has anybody else ever noticed that? Okay, that's that fairing. Oh, this fairing shouldn't be staged anyway. Yeah. And this fairing's at the top, out of the way, and this fairing. Sometimes when you get fairings, even if you hide them, anyway, I'm going to pay more attention is going to be the result of that. And then the other thing I wanted to do is this stupid little door. Where is it? I left open, but I'm going to change this to the root part. And now we're going to close the door. Alright, we're going to try this again. What else can I do? Save. Launch. The mainsail may not empty the tank. That's entirely possible. But so I'm just going to keep... You know what I'll do is I'll pin the tank to the side so we can really keep an eye on the fuel. But I'm going to just pay attention, and if it doesn't stage it, I'll be ready to stage it. Do you find that works, John? John says set the smart part trigger to 1%, so it stages when there's 1% fuel, but then doesn't the engine keep burning and then keep pushing against it? I don't know. Maybe. Okay, now, are we close enough? Let's select Minmus again. We are past... Okay. I'm going to do some time warping again. We got to go, unfortunately, almost 3 hours. Go watch the sun come up. To get to the now Minmus descending node. Because we've lost that one window. So now it's going to be a sunrise launch. Alright, let's do it. Run that launch. This time we're going to run 6 degrees to the south. And do it. And we're going to take this tank. This is the tank that's the culprit here. Pin you to the side. We're going to really watch you. So right now this tank here, even though this engine is going, isn't draining because of the fuel lines here that are being used. So that this tank is constantly being resupplied by the boosters that are on the side. Ah, here we go again. Let's try it one more time. Sunrise launch. Hopefully this time's a charm. This time it's going to go. Attach the smart part to a smaller tank and have that smaller tank empty last. Oh, and then trigger it at 1%. Oh, that's a smart idea. So you stick in like a little baguette or some little small tank and adjust the fuel priority so it goes last and have it stage at 1%. And then there'll be like just fumes left when it stages. That's a good idea. I'll think about that if that comes up again in the future. This time I'm just going to pay attention. That's going to be my solution. All right. Okay, and we are going the radial ones here separated just fine. That part wasn't an issue. That are these tanks. So when these tanks get to 0, it should stage. Oh, we nerfed our thrust. You can see that. There we go. There they are. They're off. Now we're just on that central core, and now this tank is emptying. And it's supposed to stage when this tank is empty, but we'll see what happens. You know, I often get people, too, asking me, you know, why don't you recover the boosters or, you know, fly the booster back and land it, you know, Falcon 9 style. Honestly, in this game, it ain't worth the time. I never find money is an issue in this game. So, yeah, you know, I could put parachutes on those boosters. I can get a mod like Stage Recovery that will recover those boosters and give me some money back. I could fly this booster back, and you don't even have to do it Falcon 9 style with its, you know, propulsive landing. You can just put a pile of parachutes on the thing and just bring it down that way and recover it. I just couldn't be bothered. It's just a lot of work for meager gains. I still have a ton of money. I don't know I don't know what I ended up spending there. Even after that fiasco, I'm still... I gotta check to see what's going on. Something doesn't seem right. That should have cost me money. But it looks like I have the same amount of money as I had before. Could that be why I have so much money? Could something be wrong and not costing anything on all of these launches? That would be funny. I'm bragging about my frugality, and it might be just a game glitch. Okay, we're getting ready here. This should stage at 0. Oh, okay, fairings went first. It didn't. So we'll stage that. I'm not sure why, but either way, we're fine. Let's get rid of that. So, yeah. The smart part did not trigger. But we should be okay. Oh, I don't know. Good golly. No. Just a second. Shoot. Come on. Oh, this is turning into... Ah! Was I looking at the wrong thing? Yes, the apoapsis is behind me. Shoot, we've gone past... Yeah, we're going down again. All of a sudden I looked and I noticed that we had passed our apoapsis once again. Oh my gosh. I think there's not enough thrust on the upper stage. Oh my golly, this is turning into expensive. This is not going well today. Not every day goes well, and this is definitely one of them. I'm not convinced I'm getting you into orbit. Not at all. Shoot. This thing does not like going through the... Oh, now I'm losing it. Oh my gosh! Oh, I didn't have SAS on. That probably didn't help. That's why I can't fly you, because I don't have SAS on, but... Oh, whoa, whoa, I got the apoapsis ahead of me. Lock on the prograde. I didn't have SAS on, that's why I started tumbling. Oh my gosh. What a joke. What a joke and a half. Okay, I am determined, but at the end, you know, we might not be getting this thing to Minmus, but by gosh. Okay. There we go. We're at least going into space. I'll let this thing go. What the hell? Oh my god. Well, maybe we won't get into space because we're pretty low. Shoot. So... Okay, so I aborted the script because I suddenly noticed that the apoapsis wasn't ahead of me. I wasn't again paying attention to that because I'm so used to the script doing everything for me that I'm not... and yeah, we're going back down again. Oh, for gosh sakes. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and land this thing. That's what I'm going to do. Here we go. Lock that onto retrograde. What's the thrust to weight? Oh, it ain't enough. There's not enough. The thrust to weight's under 1, so there's no way this is going to land. What if we shed some mass? That I'm sure made no difference. Let's shed this mass. Oh my golly. Okay, this thing's gonna land. By golly. Alright, so we shall fly this. Let's open that up. Has a ton of delta V. Let's just do this. Bringing you down to the surface because I don't know what else to do. This is just a disaster. You know what? I'm not going to land it. I don't want to waste your time. Well, no. We'll try and land it. Why not? A lot of torque there. We're going down. Now, let's pay attention to the money I have. I have 4.9 million Kerb bucks. It might not have enough thrust in the lower part of the atmosphere. That's very true, though. I've lost a lot of weight. It also might not want to keep this orientation either. Put this on surface. Okay. We got a lot of delta V. Let's start killing off speed here. Come on, I need more thrust, more thrust, more thrust, more thrust. I shouldn't do. Whoa, woo, woo. Almost. Little bounce there at the end. Okay. All right. Let's. That's enough of this. Come on. We gotta fly this thing. Okay, I got 4.946 million curb bucks. There might be something going on that these rockets are not. I know I have a strategy that's supposed to adjust the cost of these rockets. Maybe there's something goofing that up. All right, let's see. This is supposed to... Oh, it's only 226,000 curb bucks, so it might be trivial compared to this. That could be what's going on. There is a... Because of the strategy I have involved, and this is a crewed vessel, even though I don't have crew on it, that it's adding to the cost. But, okay, let's see here. I did not have enough thrust. No, it's nerfing the thrust at the top. I think my script is not... Okay, I'm going to just launch again. I noticed the door open. These top doors are open too. I got doors open everywhere. Save that. Those ones are closed. Okay. Alright, third time's a charm. This is going to be it. Alright. But I am getting a little tired of this, and I'm sure you are too. Alright, another 3 hours of time warping. To get to the next launch window. Okay, let's do it. Run, launch, 6 degrees, 80, and end. Go. Oh, what? Run, launch. Must have been a typo. 6 degrees, 80, end. Oh, maybe because that's uppercase. There we go. Oh my golly. Come on, this time. This time. Oh my gosh! Oh no! Gosh! This time it wasn't me. This time it wasn't me. Are we still burning? Oh my gosh, we had an engine malfunction. I don't know what engine's on here. Oh my golly. Do I have to? I can't. Come on. It's not letting me. It should have aborted, for goodness sakes. Why? Why? This is like software everywhere being an issue. Okay, I've ended the program. This one. Shut down the engine. There we go. 2 engines failed there. What the heck is that? And these engines I can't turn off because they are malfunctioning. Oh, for goodness sakes. Well, at least it didn't blow up the launch pad. Can I recover you? Please? Yes. For gosh sakes. So that one wasn't me this time. Everything's happening. I don't care. I'm determined. I'm going to stick with it. If you're going to stick with it, I'm going to stick with it. I am jinxed today. Okay. Launching. Every launch is making me money. Is it? Rob Wood says every launch is making me more money. I gotta really take a look at the strategy that affects launch costs. But if that's true, wow, I'm making money by failures. That is a new thing. Am I really making money? I'm over 5 million curb bucks now. I'm making money. I gotta, oh my gosh. This is a gonzo episode. Okay, so I'm failing and making money for some reason. Okay, let's get to our launch window again. Oh my gosh. So how am I making money by failing? I really got to look at the parameters on that contract. Try and figure out how that's happening. Something weird is happening. And if this is the strategies from the Strategia mod, and if that is really what's going on, is I'm making money with each of these failures, I got to go in and fix that. What am I at? The ascending node. So 6 degrees to the north, 80, and N, and work, you stinker. All right, all the engines have launched. We're on our way. I thought my script was also set up that the launch clamps wouldn't go if it was detecting an abnormal thrust. Clearly, that didn't work either. So, does it? Do I need to say that I am not a programmer by profession? For those people that have looked at my scripts, I'm going to use that as an excuse. It's a hobby, but boy, this one is putting my script to the test. All right, so what I'm going to do is I really want to watch this time to apoapsis. That's what's been getting me into trouble. And the time to apoapsis it's reducing the thrust too much. I'm not sure why. Well, because I programmed it to is why, but why this rocket is presenting a problem while other rockets have not presented problems, I'm not sure. So right now my time to apoapsis is over 30 seconds, which is good. Yeah, it is that media circus strategy. I agree. Toborn says that it's the media circus strategy. There's something in there that's, but I'll take a look at it another time. Right now, my one and only goal is to successfully get this bloody thing into orbit. Okay, we are about a minute from apoapsis, which is fine, but we've just nerfed our thrust, and our time to apoapsis is beginning to decrease. So the thrust should be a little higher than what it is. And now it's starting to decrease a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to abort the program, come back to here, that, and throttle up. Boom, let's do this. Okay, reduce thrust. I'm doing this manually. I've taken control, and I'll have to look at that launch script. So I've adjusted my thrust so that I am keeping that time to apoapsis relatively constant. So right now it's at about 54 seconds. Let's get a little bit more thrust here. There we go, 54.1. And I want to keep that apoapsis ahead of me. That's what the script wasn't doing. I'm not sure why it wasn't doing it, but it was not. So we're throwing the script away, and it's something to have to look at for the future. Try and tweak out what exactly is going on so we have taken control. But thankfully from this part on, I just have it locked to the prograde vector, and all I'm doing is adjusting thrust to keep that time to apoapsis fairly close by. That's how you make a nice, efficient descent. We are about to lose this stage here. I should also, because I don't want too many things happening at the same time, let's stage the fairing. And then we can also reduce thrust here. Stage that, and then throttle right up on that, because that's not much of an engine. Oh, maybe that's the issue. It is. Okay, we're going to pitch up a bit. That is my issue. Now that I'm doing this manually, this engine's not got enough gumption for this very top part. So I got to pitch up just a little bit. I'm going to put this also on my relative ascent. Oh, good. My inclination is 6 degrees. That's perfect. Okay. Okay, let's lock it on prograde. I think it's this engine that's the issue. I think this engine's just not quite strong enough. I'll have to go in and look. Can't quite remember what its thrust to weight ratio is. It should be, at this point, in and around the 0.9 range, but maybe it's less than that. Now it seems fine. Now it seems fine, but at that separation, I think the thrust of this engine just wasn't enough. And the script was just kind of losing it. Okay, we got this now. We got this now. I had to take control, and now that I'm thinking about it, I was thinking about what would be an appropriate thrust-to-weight ratio for this thing when it's in orbit, not what's an appropriate thrust-to-weight ratio when it was in the upper atmosphere. It also could be that this engine just sucks in the atmosphere, and I didn't really look at that either. That could be everything could be around this engine. All right, I got to pay attention. I know there's lots of things happening in the chat and lots of people, I think, throwing me advice. But right now, I got to pay attention here. My Apple WAPS is at 64 kilometers. I got to make sure to engage that at the right time. Okay, here we go. Here we go. We're getting very close to being in an orbit. And cut. Okay, let's time warp out of the atmosphere. Very tiny circularization at the end, and that'll do it. Thrust away to 0.78. That's too low. That's the problem with this rocket. I did not look at that. Maybe I need to add that to my checklist. Come on, get you out of the atmosphere. This is too low of a thrust-to-weight ratio. I'm actually going to need to give me just a little bit of thrust here, because I'm losing my apoapsis height. Because we're spending too much time in the atmosphere because, again, we didn't have enough thrust on this engine. Alright, we'll finagle this into orbit. It'll be fine. Alright, I'm getting this apoapsis back up to 80 again. We're at 68 kilometers, so there can't be that much drag on this thing. Oh, this is taking longer too because it's we are so close. The periapsis is at 52 kilometers. Like, we are so close to an orbit. Okay, there we go. Let's put on our lights. Let's put on, I think it's 0 to open things up. There we go. That toggled an antenna too. It did not. You just don't like me. Extend that antenna. Extend the antenna. There you go. And the lights didn't come on. I pushed you. There we go. Lights on. Okay. Oh my gosh. We have this. We have this. Okay, it wasn't the best of design. I was ready to blame my script, but the engine was not the right engine for the job. At least as far as my script is concerned. However, we are almost ready. We are almost in our orbit. I'm just time warping now to my apoapsis. There we go. We're just going to finish this off old school. This is going to be very little. We're almost at orbital velocity. So I'm just waiting for my time to apoapsis to get down to 0. Push up our periapsis to 80, which will hardly take anything. Alright, see, there we go. That's good enough. That's an orbit. We'll extend some solar panels here. Before I forget. And otherwise, I think this guy is in an orbit. This guy is ready to head off to Minmus. Whoops, still locked to prograde. But you know, whoop, here we go. But you know, looking at the stream time, I'm hoping that the rest of this is going to go much, much, much more smoothly. But you know that's going to have to be for Thursday. So for Thursday's stream, we'll put this thing into a polar orbit about Minmus. And we'll look at sending up a lander. Hopefully it will get there with a little less headaches than this thing did.